Hello, ladies and gentlemen. MarauderEX here with a review, I guess. This was new Castlevania Netflix series just came out. I was asked if I would give my thoughts on it. I'm like, if you guys want to hear my thoughts on it, sure, I'll why not? A little surprising that, I'm asked about, reviews on a show, but I mean, it's based off of a game, and it's a series that I've done several of the more obscure, but also really liked games of the same series, Castlevania. So, with that said, I'm a huge fan of the series. I kind of lean more towards the exploration type games rather than the platformers. So, like Symphony of the Night, Lament of Innocence, Curse of Darkness. Those are really my three favorite games in the franchise. And so, I was really excited. Well, at first, when they announced Netflix was doing a Castlevania series, I was apprehensive. When they first announced it, I was expecting a live-action series. I was expecting it to be terrible. Then they showed the trailer. It's like, no, it's an animated series. This looks actually really good. The trailer, what they showed, looked really good. Animation quality was impressive. Hopefully they carried that over into the show. And then they announced the voice actors and who was going to be playing what and the characters to give you a better idea of kind of what the story was going to be like. And I was sold. They've got several Lord of the Rings cast members. Thor and Oakenshield is yeah, okay, sure, why not? And then they got Max Headroom as well. So interesting. And so after they announced the voice actors, I was really excited for it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna check this out. I'm not gonna wait for it. As soon as it's available, I'm gonna see what I can do. And I just finished watching it. We binged the whole season, which I will say is a little misleading. It's 4 episodes that come in a little under 25 minutes apiece. You can watch all 4. It's under 100 minutes just to watch the whole thing. Not really what I would consider a season. I'm used to a season, 16 to 24 episodes, depending on the type of show. 4 episodes, 4 half-hour-long episodes, really is not a season to me. That's a tease. And that's really one of my only gripes about it, is it's 4 episodes, and it's all we get right now. It's all we get. One of the other minor gripes, as I was watching it with Helix, and as we were watching it, we had to turn the subtitles on. Some of the audio it just sounds a little I started messing around with a whole bunch of audio settings, and it's like, is it my TV? What? Because, some TVs have auto levelers, and so it might be messing with the voice track. Some TVs, maybe it was it defaulted to 5.1 surround sound. I don't have surround sound on this TV. Maybe that was a problem, and it was after a couple of adjustments, it made it a little bit better, but there were still sections where it was very mumbly, and you couldn't quite tell what people were saying over the background music. That was the thing. The ambiance music kind of drowned out things in sections. The sound effects really drowned things out in sections. That would be the only other gripe I had with it. Just 4 episodes and some mumbling. I really was not expecting it to be as good as it is, and I'm pleasantly surprised by it. It was awesome. It did start. It felt like it started a little slow, but depending on how far they're actually planning on taking the series, how far they're actually planning on going with it, yeah, because it could go on for a little while based off of it's the Trevor Belmont storyline. So it's Trevor meeting Sypha, Alucard. We haven't met Grant yet, so I don't know when or if he's going to show up. Grant Dynasty. I love Grant, mostly because of his last name. And the way they're going about it, it's they could cover that entire game. Then they could also cover, they could do a second series and just basically cover Symphony of the Night and basically keep most of the same character. Actually, no, you'd have to, because that would be Richter and Maria. But yeah, depending on how long it's planning on going, it did feel like out of 4 episodes, the first episode started off really strong, a lot of backstory, and then it was just like, okay, this is like the backstory, and now we're waiting. The second episode, third episode are basically getting to know Trevor, which felt like it took a little while. Like, I felt like a lot of that could have been condensed a little bit more. And then episode 4 was just like, yes, give me more of this. Except for the shoddy construction. I don't know who the vampires use to build their structures, but foundation work, man, that's just necessary. It's a lot of falling through floors and holes. There's a lot of that, and we just kind of started laughing at that. The series, I highly recommend it. If you don't have access to Netflix, I can't say that this, because it's only 4 episodes, would be enough to say, hey, you should get a Netflix subscription simply for this. But I think if you don't have a Netflix subscription and they do continue with the series, I really can't say. Like, I would say, like, if they continue with this, you know, especially if each season is more than 4 episodes, and it will also depend on when the seasons come out. Like, if I have to wait another year for another 4 episodes, I'm going to be it's a little frustrating. So depending on how they release the seasons, that's going to be a big factor. But the first 4 were amazing. It was fantastic. And the entire time I'm sitting there watching this, it's like all I wanted to do was pop in Symphony of the Night and start playing that again. It's like, I just I gotta keep, you know. And we were joking, trying to not spoil things, but it's something that's just kind of entertaining because it's something that happens a couple of times in the 4 episodes. I don't care what happens to get to this point. I don't care how we have to get there. It could be, we're joking. It could be 9 seasons from now. 9 seasons, Morty. 9 seasons. This is our white whale. I really, really need to see Trevor kick Dracula in the balls. That needs to happen. That's got to happen at this point now. So yeah, instead of, you know, Rick trying to get his Szechuan sauce, I have to see Trevor Belmont kick Dracula in the dick. It's gotta happen. And for those of you who've seen these 4 episodes, you're going to get where I'm coming from with this joke. And for those of you who haven't, hopefully it's not enough. I'm hopefully keeping it vague enough to pique your interest and be like, okay, now I need to watch these 4 episodes, because I highly recommend it. And I do hope they continue with this I would prefer more than 4 episodes at a time, but I would also say depending on when these 4 episodes come out. But, you know, depending on how they do their season, like when their season, because it's like, it just came out today. If I have to wait till next July to see it, no, that's not okay, especially for just 4 episodes. But, like, if we get some, like, fall or winter, like, if they want to do, like, summer, winter releases, that would be awesome. Like, 2 sets of 4 episodes a year, I think, would be okay. But, like, I would really like more. And then I would also like you to make the voice track for the characters a little bit. There's a little bit of audio equalization. But other than that, this is a fantastic show. So much so that I'm face palming, wondering why Konami is not doing something more with the Castlevania franchise. Why are they not, like, this show was good. It was really good. And it shows that, you know, in the right hands, Castlevania can be awesome. And so, like, I know there's a divide between a lot of the styles of Castlevania game. You've got the platformers, you've got the Metroidvanias, you've got the 3D style, which some of the 3D style are Metroidvania, some are more God of War-esque, where it's just, you know, kind of hack and slash. And there was, you know, problems with, like, Lords of Shadow, or Lord of Shadows, Lords of Shadow. There's an S on the end of one of those words, making it plural, and I don't remember which one. That kind of put a bad taste in people's mouths. It wasn't quite what people really wanted to see. It was a reboot of the franchise, which it came at a time when every franchise was getting rebooted. But the show's, taking place in a familiar timeline, characters that people know, and, have attachments to. I can't tell you how many people I know that love one of the various Belmonts. Like, you've got Leon, you've got Trevor, you've got Simon, you've got Richter. Those are really the four that I see people reference. And then you've got some of the others that I don't see referenced as much. So you've got Trevor, which was great. I do kind of hope they start mentioning some of the other things, because I know Limit of Innocence kind of retconned the beginning. And they do talk about, the whip being a little bit holy, but it would be awesome if, like, yes, we got this whip, it was made out of alchemy, and there's a soul inside it that's helping us defeat evil. That would be awesome, like, referencing some of the rest of the expanded universe. And I know they don't have much to actually, to do, but they've also started talking about, being able to see into the future. So you could reference things there, too, which would be awesome. Like, it's so good, and it really, I know you can't relate a show to any other sort of media, like the TV show versus a movie, movie versus a book, show versus a game, but this gives me hope that there will be enough interest in this, because it's such a well done project, that maybe we could actually see Konami actually do something with the Castlevania franchise, or I don't know. I don't know where they could go from that. I just kind of hope to see more things. Because, like, as excited as I am for Bloodstained, if Konami wants to do another Castlevania and, not half-ass it, it'd be great. Or if they just want to stick with the show, I'm fine with that too. The show's fantastic. Just give me more than 4 episodes at a time. Again, really only gripe is just the length is so short. Just, I got so into it, I'm like, no, it's over. It's over. Anyway, so that's really my thoughts on the show. Like I said, if you have Netflix, I highly recommend checking out. If you don't have Netflix, I can't say that this is enough to warrant getting a Netflix subscription. If you haven't used a free month trial, do that. Then, bounce around on it, see if it's worthwhile. They do offer a free 1-month trial that you can use. You can use that to check it out. But, like, really, watch the series. Watch it. It's good. It really is. I'm so beyond surprised at it. I was cautiously optimistic, and I was expecting it to probably fall short in a couple of areas, and it really didn't in areas that, like, there are some minor, but nothing that actually, kills it, or made it so that I would not want to watch more of it. So, yeah, go check out Castlevania on Netflix. Like I said, 4 episodes, around, 25 minutes an episode. So if you've got an afternoon, you can watch it. It really is worth just binging the 4 episodes. It really is. So, yeah, if there's any other, like, movies or shows, gaming or anime related that you want to hear thoughts or opinions on from some random guy on the internet, I guess let me know, and I'll see what I can do. Because this is, like I said, this is kind of a first for me doing a show. This is different, and if it's successful, sure, why not? We'll do more. So yeah, I will see you in the next whatever I do. So till then, later everyone.